Konnichiwa. That means hello in Japanese and welcome in English. This is Roy at Ninjazilla90, and today I will be reviewing yet another figure that is very cost effective but awesome. And I didn't really think I would like these all that much at first, but come to find out, I actually really love these when I found them in my local Walmart and it decided to pick a few of them up. But this one I ordered from the good people at toysinthebox.com since I was going to have no way of getting back to my local Walmart to get this one. And this figure is the BanDai Namco Godzilla action figure series Godzilla Final Wars figure. And yeah, these figures come at a low cost, budget friendly price, and it packs quite a punch for what they are. And I got some things to say about it, so let's get things started. And now, starting things off with the box, because you know we got to talk about boxes on this channel when we still have the boxes. As you can see, this is the box for the American release, which the Japanese boxes have the picture of the actual Godzilla or the actual kaiju that's inside the box on the front. But unfortunately, the Americanized boxes have the BanDai America, BanDai Creations Godzilla 1954 on the front, which yeah, this so-called happens to be the picture of the figure that they have on the front. Not exactly the correct figure that you get inside the box, so already the front cover is a little bit misleading, but that could be improved. Of course, we have the Japanese Godzilla logo right there. We have the Godzilla title logo right there. Top right corner says BanDai Namco. And the bottom title of the figure, it says Godzilla 2004, which is the Final Wars Godzilla. And of course, it says Godzilla action figurine Articuli Godzilla. I guess or they could have just said articulated. I don't know why it says articuli. And yes, you could read that for yourself. I'm not misreading that. It says articuli, not articulated, but it's still articulated. But you put them together when you get them out of the box. And of course, it says ages 4+. So this is safe for small children, unlike SH Monster Arts and maybe Hiya Toys and some NECA stuff. Yeah, these are perfectly safe for small children. So if you're a parent, there's nothing you have to worry about with these figures, except maybe if you have small toddlers, they could be choking hazards because they do have removable pieces. So just keep that in mind. But you know, these figures are actually good for all ages, not just small children. Because I know I'm not a small child, and you know, I'm an adult collector, and I really love these figures. But anyway, we have the BanDai logo in the bottom left. We have the Godzilla logo right there. And of course, we have the Godzilla Kaiju emblem right there. And we have the Toho Company logo, which is the official license holder for the Godzilla franchise. In case some of you guys didn't know that, but I'm more than sure if you're a longtime Godzilla fan, you've been practically knowing that all your life. And the top of the box, we have the Godzilla name logo again. The top right hang tag, we have a warning label, like I said, choking hazard. So don't try to eat this. This is not candy. This is not Skittles. It's not hot fries. It's not a bag of Cheetos. It's not Doritos. It's not a Snickers bar. It's not Taco Bell, Doritos Locos Tacos. So yeah, don't put this in your mouth and start chewing and try to swallow it, because it's not gonna end up so well. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And the right side of the box, we actually have the correct picture of the correct Godzilla that's inside, which is a picture of the Godzilla Final Wars right there. And of course, at the top, we have the Godzilla name logo. Again, the other side of the box is basically just, it tells you the same thing it tells you on the front right here. So that's really nothing too much to bother with. And the bottom of the box is a bunch of information about the figure and all kind of legal jargon, I guess. The back of the box shows you different figures you can get in the line. There's really not that many figures in this line yet. There's only like 4 figures in this line. The Godzilla versus King Ghidorah Godzilla 1991 in this line hasn't been released in the US yet, but that's one I'm most excited about. The 4 that's in this line would be are actually 5 right now. There would be, of course, this one, the Godzilla 2004 Final Wars, the Mechagodzilla 2002, aka Kiryu, or also Mechagodzilla 2003, if you're counting the Tokyo SOS movie, but that would be the Heavy Arms Kiryu. But I don't know if they're going to do 2 different variants of this one in the line, but I mean, anyway. And the other one they have is the Godzilla -1, which is the Godzilla 2023, and the other one would be like the gold Oscar Awards variant of the Godzilla -1 figure in this line, but I don't know if I'm going to get that one because you're going to have to pay a slightly higher price, because that was kind of like, I think was like a New York Toy Fair exclusive or something. So I mean, I don't know if I'm going to go out my way for that one and pay double, but yeah, I do really like these, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing more of these figures in the line. Not only because they're budget friendly and cost effective, because I think these figures are super cool for what they are. I mean, they're not breaking the bank, they're not causing me to overdraft my bank account, and I actually like them a lot better than what I thought. So with that said, yeah, so now it's time to get to the figure itself. And now, here we have the BanDai Namco Godzilla action figure series, Godzilla 2004, Godzilla Final Wars figure right here before us, and all of his super cool, supercharged Final Goji atomic glory. As you can see, this is a really cool figure. He is a really awesome figure for the price. I really like this one. I really appreciate this line, and it's a very budget-friendly Godzilla toy line you can go with, other than the Playmates Toys line, which gives you some pretty good detail and articulation for the price, although this does not have nearly the amount of detail and articulation that the SH Monster Arts variant of this figure has. But I mean, I still feel that he is pretty good for what you get. It is pretty solid for the price, and it's hard to go wrong with these. And like I said, of course, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the SH and Monster Arts variant has. But seriously, for the price you're paying and what you're getting, for what it is, you really don't need all of that. And I'm actually pretty happy with it. As far as detail wise, as you can see, this is kind of more of a darker blackish charcoal gray. I know most people will say, well, it's just kind of more of a glossy black colorization. Well, you're kind of half right, but it's more of a charcoal gray. And you can see that this figure is very glossy because you can see the light from my phone, which, yeah, my phone is my camera, kind of reflecting off of him a little bit, especially in the leg area there. But yeah, you can see how all his little scales in his body and everything. looking pretty good, although not as sharply detailed as the SH Monster Arts version, which I do have, but he's still pretty good for what it is. I think the detail is passable, and especially the colorization on his dorsal spines, they look pretty good and movie accurate as well. I mean, not 100% movie accurate, but they are pretty good. I like the bone white and sort of blackish gray detailing from the bone white on the outside of his dorsal spine to the blackish gray in the center, looking really nice to where they taper off at the tip of his tail. The jaw is on a ball joint, so we can open and close that jaw at least somewhat. So we do have jaw articulation on these, but not very much. I would say it's kind of hindered by the tongue inside of his mouth, but we still have jaw articulation. Not as much as what we have on the SH Monster Arts, but we still have jaw articulation nonetheless. And we can see all of his very beautiful, fearsome, bone white, pearly whites in there. So we can see all those very beautiful, sharp teeth, which are not technically individually sculpted, but it's good for what it is. And of course, we have his little small, got pointy Godzilla ears there. And if I could get this in focus, we can see those very fearsome, fiery eyes that the Godzilla Final Wars has from when they woke him up out of his icy prison at the beginning of the movie, and he furiously roared up into the sky. Yeah. And those of you who haven't seen the Godzilla Final Wars movie, and basically, moving right along to more detail, his hand claws and his toe claws are also a weathered bone white color as well, looking at least as realistic as possible. But 100% realism is not what these figures are going for, and for the price that you're paying and what you're getting in the audience, the crowd that these figures are geared toward, that is totally fine. Because, you know, you're not paying a $100 premium price for these like you would with the SH Monster Arts line. So, yeah, I'm not expecting full-on suit accurate detail with these. So, you get what you get. But to me, it's a good deal for the price, and I really enjoy these figures. As far as articulation goes, with the head, the arms, and the legs, and of course the tail, the head is on a ball joint, so we can bob the head up and down. We can look right, we can look left, and we can we can do a full 360 rotation if we want to. The arms are on ball joints. Well, the shoulders anyway are on ball joints, so we can rotate them a full 360 like so. And they are also very ratchety. They do have a ratchet hinge, so we can bring them up about that much and back down about that much. And we also have a good hinge at the elbow, a very good ratchet hinge right there. So this one does have some good ratchet joints, as you can see. We are bending that elbow, and we do have a good wrist articulation in the hands as well. The wrists are on ball joint hinges, so we can spin them all the way around a full 360, and we can rock them forward and back. Same is true with the other hand. So we can a little bit like so, and as you can see, we have that hinge joint action, and yeah, no elbow swivel with these, unfortunately. And these do, like I said, if you want to, you can easily pop them apart and put them back together, because there is some assembly required when you do get them out of the boxes for the first time, as you are witnessing. So, yeah. yeah, that is a thing with these, so do keep that in mind. Oh yeah, and one more thing, when you do put this leg on, make sure you see how it's like that, how you have that gap. Do make sure when you put the leg on that when you put it on and you snap that ball joint in place on the hips and you press it in afterwards, and then it's on all the way and it's not gonna fall off. So just make sure you press that hip in all the way. And speaking of the hips, as you just witnessed, the hips are on the ball joints. The hips can come out about that much. We can bring them in about that much. We can kick forward about that much. In fact, we can rotate those hips all the way around a full 360. We have a ratchet hinge joint in the knee, and as you can see, the foot just popped off. So yeah, that's not that big of a deal because we can pop them all back on very easily. As you can see, have a good ratchet joint in those knees, good ratchet hinge. And as you just seen, the feet, the ankles are on ball joint swivels, so we can swivel them all the way around a full 360, and we can rock them back and forth like so. And the tail, as far as the tail articulation, like I said, these figures do require assembly out of the box, so you basically pop on that tail, and then you pop on the tip of the tail, which was kind of difficult to do right out of the box, but I got it, and it goes on relatively well. So tail articulation, we have one segment here, we will have one segment here, and we have one segment here. So the tail is comprised of 3 ball joint articulation segments. Not very much compared to the Hiya Toys and SH Monster Arts line, but it's still good for what it is. I'm not expecting a whole lot of tail articulation for the price with these figures, but I mean, it does have a lot of redeeming qualities to make up for what it lacks. And one of the best of all things you get with these figures is you do get a, at least a heat ray or a breath effect part accessory. So we do have his heat beam, his accessory that this one comes with. You actually get more accessories for your money with this one than what you do with the SH Monster Arts variant of this figure, which yeah, comes with nothing for around $90. So yeah, but this one will only cost you about $25 plus tax and maybe shipping if you order them. But you can pick this one up at your local Walmart for about $27 when you factor in the taxes, because I can show you the receipts. That's how much I paid for mine. And as far as how you apply the heat ray breath effect part, it's not hard at all, but it's going to kind of require some precision. All you do is you pop off that jaw like that. You pop off that bottom jaw, and you just pop that heat ray breath effect part in where there is a bottom jaw attached to it. Although I think a better method is they could have put like a pin or something on the top part of the heat ray, and where you just peg it inside the top of the mouth. But they kind of did it with the interchangeable jaw sockets for some reason, but it still looks cool. I like it. And you could take it out and put his normal jaw piece back in, if I can get it back in the socket. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. I got it. Yeah, so that pretty much wraps it up with this figure. So with that said, I will now be getting into my final verdict and giving you my final thoughts and opinions on this figure, so let's get to it. And now for my final verdict, which is my final thoughts and opinions on the BanDai Namco Godzilla action figure series, Godzilla 2004, Godzilla Final Wars figure here. If I have to give this figure a score based on detail and articulation and playability, I have to give him a drum roll, please. A well-deserved, knocked out of the park, home run, 5 out of 5 stars. Why? This figure is, number one, very cost effective, he's budget friendly, and he's good for all ages. Number two, this figure sports some really good detail. It's not 100% movie accurate, it's not 100% suit accurate, it's not exactly spot on to what you would see with the actual Final Wars suit. It's not a one-to-one smaller scale carbon copy like the SH Monster Arts figures, but it's good for what it is, and for the cost effectiveness that you're getting with these figures, you really don't need all those bells and whistles. And number two, articulation with these figures is really good. He has good head articulation. Jaw articulation is a little lackluster, but I can forgive it for that, for all the other redeeming qualities that it has. We have good elbow articulation, we have good wrist articulation, we have good leg articulation in the hips and the knees and the feet, and we have fairly decent tail articulation. It's hard to go wrong with these figures. And as far as playability, this figure doesn't tend to pop apart very easily at all, so you can battle with other figures, you can pose him in different ways, and yeah, he stays together. Now his feet kind of pops apart a little bit, as you can see, but it's not that big of a deal to put them back on, and that's really easy to do. So yeah, I definitely have to give it a pass on that. Yeah, so yeah, all of my thoughts and opinions on this figure are 100% absolute positive. So yeah, you are strolling by the entertainment section in your local Walmart and they have these available, especially this one. You can pick this one up for the low price of about $25, which is going to cost you $27 once you get to the register, once you factor in taxes. Or you can get this one from the good people at toysinthebox.com, where I ordered this one from, where it's going to be $33 when you factor in shipping, but they won't charge you any taxes on that website, so that's why I went with them. So if you do want to order this one, I'm going to put the link in the description where you can order this one from toysinthebox.com if you don't feel like dealing with Walmart. So that's going to be an option. But anyway, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this figure review. And as always, if you made it this far, thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you for your time. I appreciate all of your support, because you guys just keep giving me more of a will to do this, and I will keep doing this. And yeah, you could also expect some more PlayStation live streams as well, because obviously I can't live stream directly to YouTube from Nintendo Switch or my Xbox Series X, but I might just try to find ways to do that so I can live stream more games. But anyway, guys, with that said, love you all, stay safe, God bless, and peace out.